Wild time.
All right, so this one's pretty fun, and we're going to treat it like a game, okay? There are holes on the ocean floor, and scientists don't know why. So, Kyle's going to pull up the photo. I'll explain. North of the Azores Islands near Portugal, somewhere I've always wanted to go to dive, along a volcanic ridge at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, sea explorers are using a remotely operated vehicle, an ROV, similar to what we use on many shoots, to examine largely unexplored areas. That's all fine. That makes sense. But what they saw is something that cannot be explained by science. They saw about a dozen sets of single-file lines of holes in the depths of the ocean at about 1.6 miles down. 300 miles away, a few days later, they found more. Why?
Interesting.
Why? What? Where? How? When?
This has to be the work of the octopus.
I knew you were going to say that.
They are very intelligent. They might only live 2 to 3 years, but they are very intelligent, and they like to play games, my friend. So this is them playing games. They saw the pod, the humans coming down in this thing. They know what it is because they're that smart. They've been down there before, and they're like, let's fuck with them. Hey, Bill, poke, 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 poke. Boom,
yep.
Then they just kept going, did the same thing 300 miles away. Boom, guaranteed fact.
So do you think, I hear you, and I agree that it is indeed fact and, irrefutable. Is this something that octopi are doing consciously to fuck with the scientists?
Absolutely. I've talked to them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I think it's hydrothermal activity. I think there's some sort of thermal underwater volcano underneath the ground that's releasing superheated water that's cutting through the earth.
That's nice.
That was happening in my baby's diaper last night.
There is a German word called Lebensspüren, which means life traces in German, which is for some unknown reason been accepted scientifically for a long time now. And I agree that it is indeed Lebensspüren. It is life traces. My opinion is what they don't know is that there's some sort of large bivalve down there. And so we get these huge, Kyle, pull this up, ribbon worms, deep sea ribbon worms. So you get these huge worms that come out and get really long along the bottom of the ocean. And they use this as a means, sort of a tactile means to look for food in anything that they can find.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So my guess is there's some kind of a very large ribbon worm-esque animal down at the bottom of the ocean. And sort of like the mycelium network of mushrooms, this thing has this big network that's spread out and it's popping up, along its course. That's my guess. It's totally random. I have no idea. I just have this vision in my head of this large, sluggish creature making these holes.
You're thinking like an undescribed subspecies?
Oh, probably its own species. I think there are so many species we don't know about on the bottom of the ocean, especially because if you think about it like this, I mean, think of like if you go to the beach and you dig in the sand, you're going to find 50 different species of crustacean that scientists know what they are because we live at the beach, but I don't know what they are. Sand fleas and worms and mussel worms and larval forms of clams and all these different things, tiny hermit sand crabs, things like that. We don't know what's in the sediment deep down at sea because all we've ever been able to do deep down is like take a single like a little core sample and bring it up.
Right.
And if we don't get what's in that exact little pocket core sample, we have no idea. Right. If you go dig at the beach, you can dig for a mile and not find anything. And then you can move 100 feet down the beach and get 1 million sand crabs in one dig, just depending on where they are. So I think that there's tons of stuff in the sediment down there that we don't know about. And this is one of them.
Are they moving forward with this? Like going to go back down there and try and like figure out what it is? Or are they just like, we got it, we captured what it is, we're out of here?
Well, the point of the expedition in the Azores is to map the seafloor and to look at these tectonic plates using ROVs. So I don't think life is like the main focus. So I don't know. I didn't see anything in the article saying that they're like on the hunt to figure out what it is now. But I think it's cool. It's one of those things that's like, here's an animal doing something and we don't know what animal, we don't know why, we don't know when, it's just like octopus. Total mystery.
What else are the Azores? What else are the Azores famous for? What do people know the Azores for?
Yellowfin tuna. Okay. They have incredible yellowfin tuna runs. that is incredible. You know, it's supposed to be world-class diving and spearfishing and these huge schools of pelagic tuna coming through the Azores, which I would love to go and see.
Interesting.
Let's do it.
What else, Peter? What in your realm, your sort of conspiracy theory realm, are the Azores known for?
About the Azores?
People think the Azores
This is where aliens are coming out of, man.
They think the Azores. A lot of people that are into the whole search for Atlantis think the Azores are somewhere there is where
I love how you
Atlantis
thought I'd know
would have
that.
been.
I'm into aliens,
of course
my
you would
friend.
have.
Listen, I sent you here's some news for you. I sent Pat a video of undeniable proof of aliens, and he didn't even reply.
Yeah,
I know.
Any answer?
Sorry.
Any answer?
Whatever.
You used to be into aliens with me. What happened
He
to you,
didn't
man?
watch
What
the
happened
video
to you?
is the answer.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'll tell you what happened, and I'll tell you what's happened, and then we can go on to the next news story if you want. But
Yes.
what happens is Peter sends me things. He sent me a 1.5 minute long voice text, which I really liked. I agreed with him. I called him. He doesn't answer. He has not answered probably my last 6 phone calls. We used to commiserate. We used to have nice hangouts on the phone while we drink cocktails at night.
I just had a child. I don't have time. You should have a little leeway. So you're basically you're
mad.
snubbing me because I couldn't get to your phone call. One phone call.
I don't like texting. If I want to talk aliens, I want to talk on the phone
You
for
don't
at
like
least
texting?
30 minutes.
Okay, fucking boomer.
Yeah, I'm a phone guy.